Why are global and local coffee brands locked in a fierce battle for China's ready-made coffee market in 2025? In 2025, China's ready-made coffee market is booming, expected to reach $80 billion, with a compound annual growth rate of over 15% in the past 5 years. And three big events have changed the market pattern in this year. The first event is Luckin becomes the king, but faces pressure. Luckin has more than 18,000 stores in China, and its revenue has surpassed Starbucks. The second event is Starbucks sells its China business to Chinese capital. To compete with Luckin, Starbucks decides to more localize. It plans to double its stores to 20,000 in 5 years, focusing on lower-tier cities. The third event is Xiyun Ka, that owned by Mixue Ice Cream and Tea, redefines low prices. It sells coffee for only $0.7 to $1.1 and has more than 9,000 stores. Why are global and local coffee brands locked in a fierce battle for China's ready-made coffee market in 2025? What trends in Chinese coffee consumption and business opportunities lie behind this? Hello everyone, I'm Li, a Chinese friend who shares China's business stories with you. Subscribe for more insights into China and Chinese business. You will notice a really striking things in China. Take a freshly made latte, for example. Its price varies dramatically. A cup costs 33 yuan at Starbucks, 28 yuan at a boutique cafe, and just 9.9 yuan at Luckin. Yet the difference in their raw material cost is often to more than 5 yuan. And here's another fact that might surprise you. Starbucks, which sells latte for 33 yuan in China, actually has a lower gross profit margin than Luckin with its 9.9 yuan lattes. What secrets of different business models lies behind this? Here's the truth. The real cost is not in the cup, but outside the cup. For Starbucks in China, the biggest cost is rent for the third place, about $1.7 to $2.1 per cup. In Western countries, Starbucks also focuses on the third place, but the rent is lower. In China, Starbucks sells not just coffee, but social things for white-collar workers. That's why Starbucks stores in China are always opened in busy downtown commercial areas, where the rent is much higher. For Luckin, the biggest cost is online traffic, takeout commissions, and subsidies, about $0.3 to $0.5 per cup. It doesn't have big stores, most are small, and customers buy coffee and leave immediately. This model is very different from Western coffee chains, but it's perfect for China's fast-paced life. For local boutique cafe, their biggest costs are rent, labor, and small batch coffee bean purchases. Costs about 0.8 to 1.4 per cup. But unlike small cafes in Europe and America, most local Chinese cafes don't have their own brands, so they can only compete by lower price. To understand China's coffee market, we need to compare it with foreign markets. In Western countries, coffee is a daily necessity, like water. Most people drink it at home or buy a cheap coffee on the way to work. They don't pay much for the third place. In China, coffee has changed from a luxury to a daily necessity in 30 years. 3 stages of change. In 1990s, its symbol era. Instant coffee, Nescafe was the first introduction of Western life to Chinese people. A cup of coffee cost 38 yuan, which was 50th of an ordinary person's monthly income. Coffee was a symbol of wealth and business negotiations. In 2000 to 2010s, its space era. Starbucks brought the third place to China. Holding a Starbucks cup was a status symbol for white-collar workers. Coffee was a luxury for the elite. In 2020s to today, it's daily necessity era. Luckin and Xiyun Ka made coffee cheap. Chinese people drink 25 cups of coffee per year, up from 9 cups in 2020. Coffee is no longer a luxury. It's as common as mineral water. China's coffee market is changing from pursuing symbols to pursuing practically. This is the core demand of 1.4 billion Chinese consumers. Have you ever wondered, with such massive coffee consumption market in China, how's the coffee raw material sourced? Well, many foreigners don't know that China has a world-class coffee producing area, Yunnan. Yunnan produces 98% of China's coffee beans. Yunnan's Arabic beans taste as good as Colombian beans, but the price is only half. It's a hidden gem for both China's market and foreign markets. Yunnan's coffee cultivation spans several decades. Yet the past 3 years have been the most pivotal phase for its coffee industry's development. In 2023, Yunnan coffee beans price exceeded New York coffee futures for the first time, with a high quality rate of 25%. Local entrepreneurs began to open cafes, no longer just selling raw beans. In 2024, local chain brands emerged, represented by Xinye Coffee. Its local benchmark was more than 60 stores in 2 years. Coffee plus tourism became popular. Nearly 60 coffee manors were built in Yunnan, where tourists can experience from bean to cup. In 2025, Yunnan's coffee planting area output and output value are all the first in China. There are more than 3,000 local coffee shops, and the high quality rate of beans have reached 31.6%. Now that I've shared about China's coffee market and Yunnan's coffee industry, are there any business opportunities for foreigners? Yeah, I believe there are some opportunities you shouldn't miss. First, Yunnan's coffee beans are as good as Colombian beans, but the price is only half. Foreign brands can import Yunnan beans to reduce costs. Win-win for both sides. Second, cooperate with Yunnan local brands to enter China's market. Yunnan's local brands know the Chinese market well, and you have mature brand experience. Joint ventures can achieve rapid development. Besides, don't forget about export opportunities. Yunnan coffee has a unique flavor and Chinese cultural characteristics. You can help Yunnan coffee enter overseas markets, such as Southeast Asia, North America, by adding Chinese cultural elements to packaging and marketing. If you want to understand China's coffee market or enter it, here's our 3 key insights. First, don't copy Western models. China's fast-paced life and price-sensitive consumers need fast, cheap, and high-quality coffee. Lucky's model is more suitable than Starbucks for the mass market. Second, seize the opportunity of Yunnan coffee. Yunnan's 98% coffee bean source is a unique advantage. Cooperating with local brands or importing raw materials can help you save costs and gain market recognition. 3. Localization is the key. Whether it's product taste or marketing, localization can help you stand out in China's market. So, China's coffee war is not just price war. It's a war of business models and localization. Starbucks sells things, Luckin sells scale, and Yunnan coffee sells quality and culture. China's coffee market is a huge blue ocean, and Yunnan is the key to unlocking it. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Li, a Chinese friend who shares China's business stories with you. If you have questions about China's coffee market or Yunnan coffee, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye!